Hi, hello, I'm Sam Harrison. I read, review and discuss fantasy and science fiction books, and today we got a lot to talk about. So, I have 4 books to talk to you guys about today. So, I have finished 2 since we last spoke, and I have started a 3rd. And I also want to talk to you guys about what I'm going to be reading next. So, let's talk about the books that I have currently finished. Then we'll go on to what I'm reading now. Then we'll go on to what I'm reading next. And then after that, it'll just be kind of anything else I want to talk about. So let's start off with what I finished. So on Monday, or maybe Sunday? I think Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. God knows. I finished Crossroads of Twilight, book 10 in the Wheel of Time. This is my first 3-star review in the Wheel of Time. So, I mean, I would suggest that if you are a Wheel of Time fan and you know what's happened in the previous books, go and watch the full video. I do sometimes spoil events of previous books, but Crossroads of Twilight I don't spoil because there is a spoiler discussion coming with me and Matt. I'm going to be recording that this week. Hopefully that'll be out next Wednesday. Wait, Wednesday after next. You get me, right? So that was a really interesting book, I have to say. It ended in a really good way. So a lot of the last few chapters I really liked. Unfortunately, a lot of the early chapters I really didn't like. And it made, I think, from like chapter 2 or 3, whenever we switched to Perrin's point of view, I really struggled for like 30% of the book. Really struggled. I was kind of bored for about 30% of the book. I ended up reading that book primarily while playing Picross games and listening to the audiobook. I actually started filming a video about reading speed and was using that book as my metric to measure my reading speed across different devices. And I'll be honest with you guys, I had to stop because the only way I was getting through that book in less than 3 weeks was using audio and having something else to kind of boost the interest level. I hope that makes sense. After I finished that, I went straight into Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second Reckoners book. It's the first one that was new to me. So I had read Steelheart before, and went straight into Firefight, and I just finished that one today. So it did take me a lot longer than anticipated. But my wife and I had a movie night earlier this week, and then another evening, the brand new, I got to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I lost 2 evenings of my most of my reading times in the evening, and I lost 2 evenings. So it might feel like I took forever on reading that book for it being quite short and it being Brandon Sanderson, but actually I read it super quickly. Next up, I haven't really talked about it. So how do I feel about Calamity? So the review will be going up on Monday, although possibly maybe the Monday after, but I think it will be going up on Monday. And that book I did really like. It doesn't have as strong of a focus or an idea as Steelheart did. So Steelheart is very much like the whole point of the book is killing Steelheart. But then in book 2, it feels like there's multiple different A-plots almost. So there's an A-plot, but for a lot of the book it doesn't feel super important. It's a really difficult one. I think this one's just a bit less focused. I think that Sanderson spends a lot of book 2 setting up book 3. And I think that while there's a lot of really interesting developments in the lore, that happen in the like final third of the book. A lot of the earlier stages were a bit hit or miss. I think I'm still going to end up giving this one a 4-star, but I do. It is a lower 4-star than the Steelheart 4-star, if that makes sense. So all in all, I did really enjoy the experience of reading this one, and again, the audiobook's good. I did listen to a lot of it while doing jobs around the house and stuff. I was doing the recycling this morning, and that was when I finished the book. But since finishing that, earlier today, I started The Black Mantle by Andrew Watson. So I've only read this for like 15-20 minutes maybe, and I'm already on chapter 3. So this is a lovely fast read, exactly what I wanted to keep up with the fast-paced stuff after reading Firefight. I don't have much to say yet because I am only like 30 pages in. 35 pages in. But yeah, lovely fast breezy read. Great to be back in Taris, Andrew's Shadowbinders world. And I'm really excited to see where he takes this world and these characters in this second book, as I did really enjoy the first book, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we go next, because there's quite a lot of fun stuff happening already. And this book also focuses on Rai and his backstory, and he was probably my favourite character in the first book, on reflection. So yeah, and also look how cool this cover is. It's just really nice, this like wraparound artwork. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, that is that's what I'm reading currently. When it comes to what I'm reading next, I actually have quite a few options. So I said to Philip Chase that I would read Mushroom Blues with him and then we would chat about it. And then what he has done is I've forgotten it and he's already read it and reviewed it. So I own a copy of Mushroom Blues, so I should read it. I got it on Kindle. And I'm thinking that will be my next read after The Black Mantle, but it truly does depend. So I've got the final Reckoner's book, Calamity, which I have to say may end up being the thing that I read next, simply because I would like to again build that buffer. We've been talking about it for weeks now, and I will not shut up about it. So no comments saying shut up about it, because I won't do it. Then I've also got New Spring here. So Matt and I had always planned to read New Spring after Crossroads of Twilight. I've seen a few reviews where the headlines were, this is a really fun little romp sort of book. And it's only, let's have a look. It's not even 400 pages, and the font is not small. So, it's not small. So, yeah, looking forward to getting into New Spring. In an ideal world, I would like to read New Spring and Knife of Dreams in February. Will that happen? No, probably not. Maybe what I will end up doing is reading New Spring, Calamity, Mushroom Blues over the rest of the month, and then starting Knife of Dreams. Once we get through Knife of Dreams, which is, I'm quite sad about being the last Robert Jordan book, we go from Knife of Dreams into then 3 Brandon Sanderson books. And I've talked about how quickly I can read Sanderson. Something about my brain aligns with the way that he writes, and I just find it incredibly quick to read. I don't know whether his Wheel of Time will be like that. I can't imagine that he has aped Jordan's style, and I know that there are a few elements that people complain about where he really hasn't. But I think that one of the things that it's worth keeping in mind is that he is a different author, and so he is going to have very different ways of writing. Yeah, I'm really excited to read the final 3 books of the Wheel of Time. And I have heard that Knife of Dreams is an absolute banger. So again, I'm excited for that one. So yeah, there's a lot of really good books on deck. And I'm not going to get to the second First Law book in February. I never wanted to do like one a month or anything. Also, I do really I wanted to prioritise the Black Mantle so that I could have a review ready close to launch. In an ideal world, I will finish this weekend, post a review on I can record the review Sunday night or Monday lunchtime and post it on Monday so that it'll be up and ready for when the book launches. That's like the dream goal for this book. I'm almost certain I won't make it because we've got a really busy weekend, so I'm not going to be able to catch any reading time. I don't have there's no audiobook for this, obviously, because it's an indie new release. It's not even come out yet, and I don't even have the ebook for this one actually. So it's purely this lovely physical arc that I'm reading from. So like I can't read when I'm hanging out with my kid while he's falling asleep at night and stuff. So yeah, Black Mantle will be reading. I actually had a thought that I could do the audio for Calamity at the same time, because I have an Audible credit, so I'll pick up the audio for Calamity, and then because they're so different genre-wise, it'll be quite easy to listen to that and read this. And obviously being very into the Reckoners universe, having read 2 books and a short story, I probably feel like I could, like get on board. Not get on board. I feel like I could read Reckoners book 3 purely audio and not get confused. One of the big things that I find with audio is I can't start books on audio. I have to start them physically or on ebook, so eyeball reading, and then I can move from that once I've read like between 10 and 30% of the book. I can move backwards and forwards between audio and ebook and physical and what have you. But yeah, for the Black Mantle, obviously I only have the physical. And Calamity, I only have the ebook and the audiobook. I don't have the physical. Calamity I actually got from the library. So I've got the ebook, I've got the audiobook from the library, not spent a penny. I hope you're all excited. So yeah, not spent a penny and really looking forward to reading that one. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So we'll read Calamity and the Black Mantle this week. And then, then maybe New Spring. And do you know what? Mushroom Blues, I don't think that's got an audiobook either. So maybe I'll read Mushroom Blues and New Spring at the same time. This is real smart thinking. This is like 4D chess, So, other than that, you guys might want to... Hi, Gus Gus. Do you want to be in the video? Do you want to be in? Do you want to be in it? Yes, you do, young man. So, here he is. So, the videos wise, this week I made the January wrap up, the was it the Steelheart review? No, Crossroads of Twilight review was this week. Because I was a bit down to the wire on that one, which is, again, a reason I need these quick, fast books. So, great thing for me to have Black Mantle that I can read really quickly and really fast-paced and enjoy, and then also have the same for Calamity. So those 2 books together, hopefully I can read both of those pretty quick. And then, yeah, pretty excited. So, yeah, I've got those 2. So... You'll know on Monday whether I've finished Black Mantle, because what video will be going up on Monday. But worst case scenario, Black Mantle will be the following Monday for the video review. Be nice to have a chat with Andrew as well about launching the sequel and how different he's found that. Andrew and I need to chat because I need to talk to him because we said we were going to do a joint review of Elantris, and then I never followed up on that. So that's that. It's a great book though, Elantris. I think I liked it a lot more than him, which is why maybe we've not bothered to actually hook up and do the review or video. Anyway, so yeah, Black Mantle, really looking forward to it. Videos, yeah, we made the January wrap up, which was a lot of fun. I didn't really share that anywhere, like share in any Discords or on social media or anything, purely because I was in a real rush to get it posted and live, and then I was quite busy that day, so I never really got round to it. And obviously it posted a day late as well, which is never good for metrics for the channel. If you would like to see what I got to in January, or you just love the sound of my voice and you'd like to listen to another video, I'd highly recommend watching that January wrap-up one because not many people have done so. Next week, again, yeah, so it's going to either be Black Mantle or Firefight review on Monday, and then on Wednesday, Andre and I have picked back up the gauntlet for the Wind and Truth spoiler discussions. So day 5 is coming on Wednesday, and then on Friday again will be another weekly wrap-up. The week after will be either Firefight or Black Mantle, depending on whether I finish Black Mantle in time for Monday. And then the Wednesday will be the Crossroads of Twilight full spoiler discussion with Matt from Bask in the Story. So I hope that all makes sense. A lot of these Wednesday videos are going to be spoiler discussions simply because of how much fun I have doing them. I always said, like when I first started the channel, my goal for the ideal way for me to run this channel would be to do a review once a week and then like the day after a full spoiler discussion with another booktuber. One of the reasons is that I really like full spoiler content, but I also like the idea of being able to watch non-spoiler reviews. So I am thinking, however, of doing some rereads this year, and the reread reviews will be full spoiler, and that will be for the Bound and the Broken series. So at the end of March, book 4 is coming out, and I'm gonna apply, if I can find a way to do so, to Ryan Cahill for an arc for that book. It's my most anticipated book of the last 3 years, so I really hope that I'm able to get an arc. If not, I'll be buying it anyway, but it'd be nice to be able to review it and have that review ready on launch day for the people who want to know whether they should buy it or not. I'd love to talk to Ryan as well. I've got a signed book from him, and apparently he knows who I am. So that's a mix of terrifying and exciting, I guess. But aren't all the best things those? Anyway, so yeah, that's long and short-term vision for what's going on the channel. Obviously as well, I mean, I know I've said it before, but I'm going to be trying to keep up with One Wheel of Time book a month. New Spring will definitely be read in February, but because it's a shorter one, I would like to start Knife of Dreams. Also, I just looked at Knife of Dreams on the shelf, and it's 3 times the size of New Spring. So that's funny. But what else do we need to think about? I would like to go back to a few of my series this year. I haven't caught up with Red Rising, and I feel like if Red God is going to come out at some point, I would like to have read the next 4 books. I've got 2 Sunnyta books I've not read, just sitting on the shelf. And, the Dragonbone Chair series, I've got all of those now from Broken Binding. I got the last one this week. And of course, I've talked about it a billion times, but after Wheel of Time is done, I'll be reading Malazan. And yeah, First Law, need to read more First Law. I want to read the Kingbreaker duology from Karen Miller that I read when I was a teenager. I'd like to reread that. So yeah, it's a wild pot of possibilities for the year. And one of the big things that I wanted to do this year is to just read the things that I'm most excited about whenever I go to pick up a book. I don't want to be like I don't want to look at the book that I am currently reading and be like, oh, I kind of wish I was reading something else. If that's happening, I'll be DNFing probably. I don't know. Over the time that we've been making this video, it's got really dark outside for some reason. Probably Gus's fault. I'm blaming you because you're a black cat. But that might also be a fantastic signal for us to end this video. So I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you've liked it, please give it a like. I'd love to know what you're reading and about what series on my list that I've talked about that I want to tackle this year you think are the most interesting, best, or that you most want to see my opinions on. And then also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't know why you've watched this entire video, which is just what I've been up to this week, if you're not subscribed. But please do so, and I will speak to you guys for a review on Monday.